It's your boy, yadiiiigg, 4 Eyes, 2 Gs, and we're back with Stan Wars today, guys. If you guys haven't seen this series before, it's basically a mini-series with me and my friends where we kind of debate back and forth between two artists about who we think is better. Today we're going to be doing, who are we going to be doing?
LIL UZI VERT
LIL UZI VERT and PLAYBOI CARTI. Of course, myself, I'll be doing PLAYBOI CARTI along with Kader, and then we have Kanji and Adnan who will be doing LIL UZI VERT. Now, I just want to say before we get into it, they don't hate Carti, we don't hate Uzi, but just for the sake of this video, we're going to be acting as stans and kind of going through who we think is better. And that's it. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow your boy on all social medias for more. But let's get on to it.
EXO Tour Life is just bigger than Magnolia, so Uzi has popularity down easily.
Yeah, no, if he does, like no one's arguing that Carti's bigger than Uzi, although he's on the way.
Yeah.
Like Dali did pretty well.
Dalit did really
80,
well.
80, 70, 80k.
Yeah, 70, 80k first week.
And yeah, like
Love is Rage still did over 100k though.
Look,
he did like
Love is Rage.
No,
Is,
did
like,
like
Uzi's got him in
right?
popularity,
Yeah.
but I still think like
is really
it's doesn't mean he's better. Like he's more popular for sure, but I don't think he's got like at the moment Carti's popping a lot more than Uzi, as in right now.
Yeah.
His music's like getting a lot more traction. I think his music's better than like Uzi's.
Uzi's been out for
Uzi's
been out for like longer than Carti as well.
Yeah.
Uzi's had 3 years in the mainstream right now. He had end of 14, he had 15, 16, 17. He had money longer, he had hits before that. Carti has realistically had a year in the mainstream. 17 he popped off, so he's had 2 years. This is his second year in the mainstream. So Uzi's been in the mainstream twice as long as
I think
Carti has.
And Carti's climbing right now. I don't know where Uzi goes next.
Yeah,
like,
that's good. Like,
I think Uzi just sort of like found the spot, and then now it's just like, where does Uzi go? Because there's so many artists doing a similar sort of style.
Yeah, I
whereas
agree.
Carti's just like, if going off his last album,
he's in a lane of his own.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, so many people try to.
What do you mean he's in a lane?
Okay, he's in a lane of his own in the sense that people try to copy Carti, but they never get the success that Carti has.
But like people try to copy Uzi and they don't get
Trippie Redd.
120k
Trippie Redd.
album sales.
Trippie Redd's got four gold singles.
It's just because you got.
Uzi's got a shit ton
Fucking
more.
Rise Gum has a platinum single
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, but we're talking about four. We're talking about four. Yeah, but we're talking about 4 of them.
Yeah, but it still doesn't mean anything until he puts out like an
Yeah,
album
and he hasn't
that
put
can
out an
do
album
that
yet.
kind of
But that's
numbers.
what. But he hasn't put out an album out yet. But what I'm saying is, Carti really, nothing sounds like else like Dial-It in the mainstream. Like Carti's really in a lane of his own, and I feel like Uzi after Love Is Rage 2 dropped, it was like quiet for him. Like Love Is Rage 2 didn't
go
really
as well as he thought it would.
Like EXO Tour Life was a big song, sure.
He didn't have another like. Look, The Way Life Goes popped a bit, but
Sauce
everyone
It
was
Up was pretty
expecting a
good
lot
as well.
more.
Yeah, but Sauce It Up
but it
didn't pop
really
though.
It didn't really go anywhere. That's the thing with Uzi. He was expecting to go. He was at that stage where EXO Tour Life, he just went massive. Everyone thought Uzi's like next up. Like he's gonna have another top 10 hit in this album for sure. And then
It didn't.
he sort of like just went quietly away, and now we're just waiting for something else.
And I think Carti's pushing his sound into new territories that just haven't been heard before. Whereas I don't think Uzi's done
Pushing his
that.
sound into.
But like it's corny to say because it's like it's such it is generic music in a sense. Like you can't get away from the fact that Carti's like boring lyrically and he does nothing new lyrically. But like the sound of Dial-It, like nobody else is doing what he does.
So you're basically just saying PLAYBOI CARTI gets carried by his features and producers.
I'm not saying
And then,
that, but
who was the
that's
feature on Dial-It? LIL UZI VERT, who had the best verse on Shooter, and on SoundCloud has the better version.
yeah, that's
I'm
probably
just saying.
true. Yeah, but yeah, I guess. But at the same time,
Woke up like this, Uzi killed it.
I mean, no, but it's
Carti
not, it's
killed
not so
that.
much
Nah.
like the sound doesn't just mean like the production. It's like the way he puts together songs. He's not actually saying anything lyrically, but the way he's like says the word, like his tone of voice, his ad lib stuff like that. It's different to the way anyone else does it.
You're crediting Carti for being able to generate a certain kind of vibe, right? With like sonically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying that Uzi does the same. Like it's like Uzi certainly has that kind of like
Moody.
psychedelic kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah, I agree with that.
vibe
Yeah.
going for him, and Carti has like his own mainly like I reckon it's more
Extreme
Pierre
ad-libs. Pierre,
than Cardi himself in terms of the
I mean,
vibe
yeah, no,
that his
Yeah,
music creates.
that's fair. I think when we're gonna look back on the SoundCloud generation and kind of like how it's come up, I think Cardi has done a lot more for the scene that Uzi has. I mean, he was literally the face of the scene throughout 2014, 2015. He was the biggest artist in the scene. He influenced everybody from that generation. And then now, with his stuff with Die Lit and Self-Titled, we've seen it influence smaller artists. We've seen smaller SoundCloud artists come off of his sound.
I feel like the whole SoundCloud scene is kind of like, I don't want to offend anyone, but it's kind of like the trend. And like, it doesn't have longevity. Like which artists out of SoundCloud will have a long and successful career?
Cardi.
And like
Cardi and Uzi and Cardi.
See, this is
will.
where
it's
I think
it's a cream of the crop. though.
I think Uzi will have like a long and successful career. I'm not sure about Cardi.
Yeah, but like it's the same with anything though. It's the same like how many artists that we saw pop in 2013 or that we saw pop in 2014 just haven't stayed through, regardless of their SoundCloud or not. The cream of the crop will always rise and stay relevant.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the biggest SoundCloud rapper then?
The biggest.
Uzi.
I'd say it's Uzi.
I'd say it's Uzi. Right now, it's
here,
Uzi. Yeah.
Here, no, I agree with you that PLAYBOI CARTI was the face of SoundCloud rap, right? But I would say that it is Uzi who broke down these doors for them to be this successful, because it was Uzi who kind of came through. Like, no, for actual mainstream appeal, it was really Uzi who is doing it big for everyone else, right now.
Yeah, I'd say that. It was Uzi, it was Yachty, and it was 21.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
those are
21, of course.
those are like the first like
And
big SoundCloud
I
artists.
feel
to
like
pop.
going forward, if Cardi wants to have a long and successful career, then he has to change something about the way
His presence.
just everything about himself.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's
but-
just so monotonous. Like
Yeah, but
it will
that's-
get old after. I'll
But
give
you
three,
saw
four
that.
length
No,
albums
but like
max.
People have been saying that for so long.
People have been saying
And
that since
Darlit's-
Self-Titled.
Darlit's
Yeah,
so
and
well
he's only got
received,
two
like,
proper like full length.
yeah, but like
projects
Dalit
out
was
so far.
unbelievably well received, and you'd think like
Yeah,
if
because
going
it's
on,
the
going
second
off,
one.
Yeah, but I
going off
can't
what you
believe
said-
how well received Die Lit was though.
Going
like,
off what you said, like there was, I was surprised that the critics received it in a way, because I can see your point, but people loved it, and like the critics
Because at
finally
this
got
point,
onto
it's
it.
still something new.
Yeah,
It
but
is,
who
yeah.
says there isn't more to go, more ways? He's always changing his sound. From Cardi, from 2014, 15 to now, his sound's changed.
and yeah,
Sonically, he's changed. Lyrically and stuff.
He's,
he hasn't
he's
changed
decreased,
much.
decreased if anything. But like it's
Just conceded the fucking match.
but like that's me keeping it a buck.
yeah.
But like
Uzi can fucking rap when he wants to, and he still can.
I'm not disputing that. But what you're saying is you're acting as if like Self-Titled sounds the same as Die Lit. I don't reckon they sound the same. I reckon
Doesn't
Die
sound
Lit.
the same,
they
but it
don't,
doesn't
no.
have anything to do with. Well, it has something to do with him, but
It progresses,
mostly
but
with
it
his
but it
producers.
yeah, but you can't just chalk it up to all producers though. How can you just chalk it up to all producers? If it was all producers, why don't other people who jump on PS
I'm
sound?
not chalking it up.
Producers don't, of course, play a big part, but no one else like brings that presence that Cardi does musically. Alright, he doesn't say anything lyrically, but the way he spits, you know, his voice, his ad libs, all that stuff, no one else can do that like him.
That's
That's the reason
But I feel
why
like
so
that
many
stuff will
people,
get
so
old,
many
though.
people are drawn
if
to
you,
him
if
because
you
of
can't
that.
actually fucking rap like Uzi.
I mean,
Time will
how
tell.
good is Uzi as a rapper? Like I understand
Yeah,
he can spit
he's
fast.
pretty-
Compared to
He's
Cardi,
pretty Dwayne
compared
wants
to
to
Cardi,
be.
I mean,
Yeah,
he-
compared
he-
to
he-
Cardi.
compared to
Compared to
Cardi,
Cardi,
it's
mostly
mostly
different.
from his wave.
Yeah.
Look, he
is.
can spit fast here and there, but he doesn't do.
He doesn't do a
Look,
lot
he-
lyrically.
he doesn't do
but
a
like,
lot with it,
but
but
like,
he
I
can.
just think it's unfair to just simply say he's over reliant on his producers, because which artist in 2018 isn't quote unquote over reliant on their producers, in your words, not my words, and secondly,
Good example, like Daytona just
Even
came out.
Daytona was
Some-
not relying on producers.
He's not over reliant.
No,
He's
he's not
definitely
over-reliant.
carrying. He definitely
don't get me
carries
wrong, I
at
love
least 50%
Daytona.
of
I
that
love
project
Daytona.
by himself
No,
as well.
100%. I love Daytona, but the beats play a big part. If the beats weren't as good, it wouldn't got the reception it got. The beats are amazing on that album. Like,
But-
If the
okay,
beats
okay,
weren't
okay,
as good,
okay.
it would still be a fucking 7 out of 10. If Pierre wasn't on fucking Dial-It, it would be a 3 out of 10.
no, I don't
No,
agree with
100%.
that. I don't agree
no,
with that.
100%.
Okay, what would you rate Self-Titled? Pierre didn't produce the majority of Self-Titled. I think he produced a lot of it, but he didn't produce the majority of it. That's the thing. You can chalk it up producers to producers, but at the end of the day, what Carti is bringing, ad-lib wise, flow wise, just pure mic presence wise, and the vocal inflections and what he does with the mic is kind of in a lane of its own. Even if it does sound like a lot of what's going on right now, you can pick Carti out of a lineup.
Yeah.
And
no
that
one can do Carti.
and no one can bring the source that Carti brings.
Uzi. People are, a lot of people are copying Uzi,
Yeah, and
but
that's
and
gonna
they're doing it.
let him be relevant for another 2 years max.
Yeah, okay, and we can say the same thing about Uzi. How long is Uzi going to be relevant
Okay.
for? Love is right. I wouldn't be surprised if. Oh no, I'm not going to say that.
Uzi
I
is
back
not-
Uzi. I back Uzi. But like, I wouldn't be surprised if he just doesn't have another hit and he doesn't do well. I don't think that's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me. I honestly thought that Carti was going to flop with Die Lit. I'll be honest. I didn't think Carti was going to do that well with Die Lit because he came
Same.
off from a year break and he didn't do anything, and then somehow he's just going to
promotion,
drop
just
a
drops it.
he's going to drop a project. But Carti's
on.
proven.
I was
I'm
I'm
going one against.
no.
three.
I'm just surprised that it did do well though. Like actually, it wasn't.
But-
It
surprising.
shows you that people want more.
But
Well,
I feel like
Carti's
Uzi
coming.
is just not as reliant on
is not.
gimmicky things as swag or sauce or like ad libs.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Uzi
I
has
agree
more
with.
substance to him.
Yes, he
than
has more
just,
substance. He's more.
I'm
Yes.
young and I'm hedonistic and cool.
A year ago, people were like, "Where's Love Is Rage 2? We're waiting for it." I hadn't seen like
It's actually
more
quiet.
Than,
It's
more
actually
than, like,
quiet.
I've barely seen a comment like, "Oh, waiting for Uzi, waiting for Uzi." People were like going nuts for 6-7 months. They've gone. It's Carti now who people are like, "Oh shit, Carti killed it." Like,
It's because
love
we all
that
have
Carti
short
shit.
attention spans, and whoever
Yeah,
drops
but-
later.
No, but you can't
mean,
can't
that
say
is-
that when
This was
just
a year
when
ago.
just a year ago people were going
waiting
ham for
6,
Love Is
7
Rage
months.
2.
Like, where's Love Is Rage? Like, so many comments like, "Oh shit," and his label had to explain it like, "Oh, this is why we're not dropping it. You know, we have these reasons." Whereas now, since Love Is Rage 2, he's gone
he
quiet
hasn't
and
teased
no one
another
Well, he
project
hasn't. He
yet.
hasn't
No
yeah,
one-
mentioned
no
another
one's-
project.
no one
right?
No one's really fiending for it
asked
like
about
that,
another
though.
project though. Like,
Oh,
there's no fans going, "Where's the next project? Where's the new?"
Do you remember the
Uzi?"
hype for Love Is Rage 2?
The
Yeah,
hype was
that
not
was something
6-7
else.
months of hype from
That was-
December to like July, August. When they come out,
ridiculous.
August,
Something
September,
like that.
yeah.
It was actually ridiculous.
The hype was non-stop.
And the records he's dropped on his SoundCloud, he's dropped a couple records, like the
He's really
leaked
done,
records.
yeah.
Personally, I don't know whether the leaks or whatever, like what's
Yeah.
going on, they haven't impressed me personally. But that, yeah, I guess that's what it
Yeah,
is. But
his hype's definitely
it's
died off.
definitely died off.
Whereas Playboy's is picking up right
It's
now.
yeah, died
then
off versus died lit. You feel me? But I think I'm gonna leave it there. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm just saying that a hype discussion does really come back to who just dropped. So I
I
mean,
don't yeah, but
Dilate
you-
just dropped, and it
No.
did get well received. So
No,
of course
you can-
people are gonna be fiending
No,
for the
you
next
can
thing.
say that though, but there's a difference between a year ago. People
It
were
really
literally
is.
like it was so tangible how much
No,
people.
we're just repeating ourselves
Yeah,
because
we are.
because
Okay,
Uzi
yeah.
has not teased
Yeah.
jack shit, and we know he has label issues as well.
Yeah,
My
okay,
argument
that's
is
fair.
still just that I want to see a rapper from like this latest wave, the SoundCloud wave or whatever, who will actually have a long and successful career.
Lil Scats.
And I think Uzi will be the first one
I
to
agree.
have that.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
I'm
think
not
Uzi
sure
will be
if
there.
Cardi. I'm pretty uncertain if Cardi will have that.
I mean,
I mean-
Cardi's showing
That's my
signs
argument.
right now.
I mean, if we're looking at it,
Cardi's
Uzi
got a
has
fan
had a long
base
career
that's
so
not
far.
gonna.
Cardi's
like,
got more of a
Cardi's
dedicated
got-
fan base than Uzi's, like
yeah,
that crazy
the fan base
cult
that's
fan
just
base.
waiting on it,
Yeah.
and who won't leave.
Yeah, but fan base, that to be
I
honest,
mean,
that
that's
comes
the
and
start.
like look at Lil Yachty.
No,
like,
you can
that-
say it
like-
comes and goes, but it's been like this since 20. Anyway, it's been like this since 2015. Cardi's had this ridiculous cult fan base since 2015 that just posts all his snippets, posts everything that he does, and it's not gonna stop. But I think we're gonna leave that there because we don't want to let it get too long. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks everyone for joining me. Appreciate it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow your boy on all social medias for more.